Moses, the chosen leader. God handpicked Moses for a monumental task to liberate the Israelites from the shackles of Egyptian slavery. It was a journey fraught with peril, a test of faith and leadership. Moses, with God's guiding hand upon him, led his people through the unforgiving terrain of the desert towards a land promised by God, Canaan, a land flowing with milk and honey. This was no ordinary leader. Moses conversed with God. He received the 10 Commandments on Mount Sinai, the very foundation of God's covenant with his people. The Israelites, freed from their bondage, looked to Moses as their guide, their intermediary to the divine. Moses' life was a testament to God's power. He parted the Red Sea, a miraculous escape route for the fleeing Israelites. Manna, bread from heaven, sustained them in the desert, a testament to God's provision. Through Moses, God demonstrated his unwavering faithfulness and might to his people. Yet even Moses, despite his close relationship with the Almighty, faced consequences for his actions. Even the chosen leader, the lawgiver, stumbled. And in that stumble, a profound lesson unfolds, a testament to God's unwavering standards and his immeasurable compassion. The book of Deuteronomy holds a poignant passage, a verse that reveals the reason behind Moses' fate. Because you broke faith with me among the Israelites in the desert of Zin at the waters of Meribah Kadesh, and did not uphold my holiness among them. Deuteronomy 32:51-52. This single act of disobedience, a moment of frustration and doubt, cost Moses the ultimate prize entry into the Promised Land. For 40 long years, Moses had diligently shepherded the Israelites through trials and tribulations. He had witnessed their grumbling, their doubts, their rebellion against God. He had stood as an unwavering pillar of faith, relaying God's laws and leading them ever closer to the land promised to their forefathers. Yet even Moses, the man who spoke with God face to face, faltered. The weight of leadership, the constant pressure of a doubting and often rebellious people took its toll. At a place called Meribah Kadesh, a place of bitter water, Moses' frustration boiled over, and in that moment he disobeyed God's clear command. The Israelites, parched and weary, once again questioned Moses. "Why did you bring us up out of Egypt to this terrible place? There is no water here. We and our livestock will die of thirst." Numbers 21:5. Their cries, echoing the familiar refrain of doubt that had followed them through the desert, ignited a fire of frustration within Moses. God, ever faithful, provided a solution. He instructed Moses, "Take the staff, and you and your brother Aaron gather the assembly together in front of the rock and speak to it in their hearing. Water will come out of the rock for the community so they and their livestock can drink." Numbers 28. But Moses, burdened by years of leading a stubborn people, faltered. Instead of speaking to the rock, as God commanded, he struck it twice in anger. Water flowed forth, quenching the thirst of the Israelites and their animals. But in that act of disobedience, Moses, the chosen leader, had defied God's explicit instructions. God's punishment was swift and severe. Moses denied entry into the Promised Land. Why such a harsh penalty for a seemingly small act of defiance? The answer lies in the importance of obedience and the sanctity of God's holiness. Moses, in his anger, failed to uphold God's holiness before the Israelites. Instead of speaking to the rock as God commanded, demonstrating God's power and faithfulness, Moses struck the rock as if the miracle originated from his own strength. He took credit for what God alone could do. This act had profound implications. It undermined God's authority and cast a shadow of doubt on God's miraculous provision. The Israelites, already prone to doubt, witnessed their leader, the man who spoke with God, act in defiance.